Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play. Last episode we were working on some map completion here in Gandharan Fields, and today we are going to go ahead and continue working on our personal story. So we have a new story chapter that we are beginning that we unlocked at level 30, which is chapter 3 of the personal story. Let's go ahead and check our mail. So we have this letter here from Countess Anise that is titled Summoned to the Throne, which says, Hero of Shamor, by the will and command of Queen Jinna of Kryda, you are hereby formally summoned to attend the royal presence. When you are ready, you are welcome to visit her throne room in Divinity's Reach. Until next we meet, may the six gods watch over you in all things. Countess Anise. So let's go ahead and go to the throne room and meet Queen Jinna. So the throne room is right here in the center of Divinity's Reach. It is right next to the Seraph headquarters where we have been to a few times now, but let's go ahead and come into here. I think we peeked into here for like a moment a few episodes ago, but now we're going to spend some time in here and let's meet the Queen of Kryda.
Your Majesty, Captain Thackeray, I was summoned.
Indeed. I'm glad you're here, my friend. Kryta needs you once more.
You know I'll do anything I can to help. What's the problem, Captain?
There's a swamp in southern Kryta called Lichcroft Mere. The area's been hit hard by our war with the Centaurs. Most of the lumber there goes to build catapults and defenses, so it's common practice to use strips of marsh moss instead of firewood on cold nights. However, the Seraph have brought me recent reports that risen undead, servants of Or, have been seen in the swamp.
Risen? The dragon's minions? If they're in the swamp, anyone who goes in there would be in great danger.
Precisely. The three orders of Tyria are pushing to be involved, but can't agree on a plan. While they bicker, my people are at risk. Hero, I have summoned you to act as advocate of the crown. I want you to meet with the orders and take charge of the situation.
You'll be dealing with the Vigil, the German Priory, and the Order of Whispers. All three specialize in fighting Zaitan and its minions. However, they all use different methods. It'll be your job to decide which plan is best, and then act on it.
You will have the full authority of the crown to handle this situation. Will you accept this task, Hero?
Your Majesty, I will. I'm honored to serve Kryta and my queen.
Thank you. Go, and meet with the Order representatives as soon as possible. I look forward to your report.
So we have an issue risen in the Kingdom of Kryda at a swamp in the southern areas of Kryda, and we're going to meet with three individuals, each of which represent a different order of Tyria, and these are large factions of different heroes and champions around the world that work together to fight against the dragon minions. So let's go ahead and go meet with them. Here we are back at this trade camp, and we can come into our story mission and meet each of these orders. Throughout this episode, we will learn a lot more about each of the orders and kind of what their history is and what they do and how they like to approach the dragon threat. So they should be just down here. So let's go ahead and come into this tent here, I think, and we can meet with these three individuals.
Finally. Thank Dwayne you're here. I am Scholar Josir of the German Priory. We've been expecting you.
You're here to make decisions. And that's exactly what we need.
For once, Ihan's right about something. I'm Hiroki, a crusader with the Vigil. The Risen forces are active in Lichcroft Mere. There are missing villagers, mostly children. We've got to get soldiers in there. The Vigil has a squad standing by. They're ready to sweep the area on your signal, Advocate. Just give the word.
Advocate, I'm sure you can see that such an approach would only cause more problems. The German Priory has a wondrous device called the Mortis Verge. We believe in using intellect to fight the dragons. Saves on manpower, you know, and we have achieved some marvelous advancements.
Your device is theoretical, untested. You want to risk children on that? Vigil steel is tried and true.
I'm with the Order of Whispers. We brought this to the Queen's attention, but we'll leave the frontline fighting to the others.
Very well. Hiroki, Josir, give me a moment to think this over and then I'll decide.
So we see with every single story step in this chapter, we will have a decision of what approach we want to do to handle the threat that is coming up. So we can either decide to go with the Durmand Priory approach or the Vigil approach. And I think for the very first step here, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Vigil, and we will go ahead and just march into the swamp, and we will try to save everyone that is there. But we will go ahead and look at different Priory methods and different Whisper methods as well, and we will consider them as well as considering Vigil methods. Here we got a new shoulder pad, so we can equip that, and we can go ahead and head to our next story step of brute force. Here we are at the swamp, and we can go ahead and save anyone that is around here. We see a building being constructed right there. Let's go ahead and hop into the story mission, and we can go ahead and wow, this is really cool art. I don't think I've seen this in a very long time. That's very cool. Let's go ahead and talk to this Vigil here.
Glad to see you, Advocate, but I wish I had better news. We've got a problem. The Vigil squad sent to meet us has been overrun during an initial sweep of the swamp. The area is crawling with hostiles. The children are still out there, and now my soldiers are in jeopardy as well. It's down to you and me.
Don't worry, Hiroki. I can handle myself in a fight. If you're willing, we can rescue your soldiers and then find those kids.
Your courage does you credit. Vigil soldiers are well trained, dedicated, and determined to defend Tyria. You'd fit right in. If my squad followed protocol, they'll have dug in to wait for reinforcements. We'll need to look for a makeshift bunker.
Then that is what we'll do. I'm ready to move out when you are.
Let's go ahead and head out and look for these survivors.
I can only imagine what horror.
So to give a brief history of each of the three orders, starting with the Vigil. The Vigil is a relatively new order, and was founded by an individual that we will meet named Almora Soulkeeper, and we will learn more about her history, but basically her war band, which is her group of soldiers that she worked with, basically all fell to the Elder Dragon Krokatoric, and in her loss she formed this new order of Tyria. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Crusader Hiroki, thank the pale tree. You're a sight for sore eyes.
It's good to see you're still alive, Serena. What's the status of your troops?
We found several children hiding in the swamp. As we were helping them, we were overrun. We dug in here to repel an undead attack. It's not going well, Crusader. The Risen have pinned us down and inflicted heavy casualties. As the commander of this unit, I take full responsibility.
Remember your oath, Serena. Your soldiers swore to protect the innocent, and that's exactly what they did. We are the light in the darkness. The soldiers in your command died with honor.
What do we do now, Hiroki? Head back out of the swamp?
This isn't over yet, Advocate. Not while there are still people lost in the swamp out there. The mission will go on. The children are our top priority. We'll hold off the undead, and when their lines break, we'll get the kids to safety. Tactician?
You heard the Crusader. Vigil, form a defensive perimeter. You two, take the east. You two, the west. Eyes sharp.
The Advocate and I will cover the center. Move out!
So let's go ahead and defend this camp. As I was saying, Almora Soulkeeper founded the order named the Vigil in order to defend people in a very soldiery militaristic style. So the people in the Vigil are basically, they're called Crusaders as the very basic rank, and they are soldiers and they deal with threats head on, where they have troops that go out and they fight against any of the undead, like we are doing right now, where we can fight these undead, and they basically just work to save people and to defend people from the threats of the Elder Dragons, as well as any other threats that may come up as well. The second order is called the German Priory, and this is a very interesting order for people that played Guild Wars 1 because it was founded by a lore master that existed during the original game called Durmand. He basically founded this order and is basically an order of scholars and researchers where people who are in the order spend a lot of time doing research and studying about the threats of the Elder Dragons, and they approach these threats through what they have learned from their knowledge of history and from books. So people who are super interested in the lore of Guild Wars 2 might find the German Priory interesting because it has a very much more story-based and logical approach to dealing with threats. The third order is called the Order of Whispers, which is a faction that actually existed in Guild Wars 1. It existed in Elona, and they migrated northwards towards Tyria a pretty long time ago. And they're basically like an order of spies and individuals that engage in stealth activities in order to find out information about threats and to deal with threats in different styles of like stealth and espionage and that sort of thing. So people that kind of like a little bit of like spy gameplay kind of, as well as like sneaking into places and then pretending to be someone you're not, would enjoy stuff that revolves around the Order of Whispers. But we see each of the different orders kind of approaches things in a very different way. Where the Vigil approaches things head on, they go charging into battle and they fight. German Priory kind of sits back a little bit and they figure out what their enemy is and they figure out the best way to approach a situation, and they then act with their knowledge. And then the Order of Whispers finds out intel through espionage and stealth, and then deals with the threats based off the knowledge that they gained that way. And when they approach threats, they don't do it head on, they do it from the shadows or from behind, that sort of thing. So we will see with each of the orders that we hope in this story chapter, we will be dealing with threats in that sort of way. So we have the opportunity to work with the Priory, where we would have used a artifact or something that they had discovered in order to deal with the risen threat here, but we went ahead and chose the Vigil, where we are dealing with this threat head on. We sent some troops into the swamp, and we now have reinforcements here to help the troops, and they're just here fighting the risen, and they're defending the children here. So let's go ahead and keep fighting the risen, and we can continue defending all. Let's come back here and help these people, and we can just defend all these people and help make the world a better place. Let's go ahead and finish this, and it looks like we finished all the risen off.
The undead are falling back. Their lines are broken. We've won.
This is our chance to get the children out. Soldier, what's Tactician Serena's status? Is she badly injured?
She's conscious, Crusader, but in rough shape. I'm no expert on Sylvari, but it looks pretty bad.
Leave me. I'm not afraid to die. I gave my oath.
The Vigil doesn't leave anyone behind, Serena. You don't have permission to die, do you hear me?
I hear you, Crusader. And thank you.
We can go out the way we came in. Move fast, keep the children together, and don't stop unless you absolutely have to.
Agreed. Vigil, move out.
Okay, let's go ahead and extract these soldiers and children. We can go ahead and leave towards the evacuation point, towards the care over here. Let's go ahead and just try to run as fast as we can and try to avoid any risen, but if we do get attacked, we can go ahead and fight them off. Go ahead and give us some swiftness. And it looks like we have some risen over here that we can go ahead and fight in order to clear the path. We have some back here as well. We have this Norn here that turned into a bear, which is a very cool thing that Norns can do. They can turn into 4 different animals. Let's go ahead and fight this risen off. And then let's go ahead and head east towards the evacuation point. Let's try to get everyone out. It looks like we kind of have a clear path right now. It looks like everyone is together and is safe right now. And we are almost back over here to the care. There's some risen there to the north a little bit, but I don't see any directly in front of us.
Serena, you're hurt.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the children.
Worry about both. Do what you can for her wounds out. We'll carry Serena if we have to. Let's go. We don't have much time before those undead return. In number.
Okay. So we got the soldiers and the children out. Let's go ahead and go meet with the representatives of the Orders of Tyria. Here we are back at our home instance, the Salma district. We have been here many times and is kind of our home here in Divinity's Reach. And we have Logan Thackeray over here with the different members of the Orders.
We need to deal the undead a decisive blow. Remove the army, and we remove the threat.
There's an intelligence to their movements. We need to discover the root of the problem, not just follow them from fight to fight.
At the cost of lives? The undead are attacking now. If we sit idle, people will die.
Let's go ahead and talk to them.
Advocate, the representatives have reported your success. Well done.
Thank you, Logan. I'm glad we saved the children, but the undead are still a problem.
I'm told the children saw a Seraph soldier in the swamp, and their stories were quite appalling. They were as frightened of him as of the undead. If this was that soldier, the children say he's become violent and incoherent. They also say that the undead weren't attacking him.
There aren't any Seraph outposts in Lichcroft Mere. What's a lone soldier doing out there?
According to Seraph reports, a corporal named Kellock didn't report for duty. I'd assumed he was AWOL in Lion's Arch, but maybe there's more to it.
This Kellock could be under Zaitan's influence. Could he be inciting the Risen and making them more aggressive? Maybe he's a necromancer.
We don't have time for theories, Advocate. Vigil scouts marked more undead approaching the town of Triskel Quay. The corruption is spreading.
If so, then Triskel Quay is just a symptom. Whatever's drawing the undead inland will continue to do so even if we save the town. We should investigate what happened to Kellock. He may be the key to these attacks. Till we know what's going on, we're just plugging leaks.
You want to go on a wild goose chase, Ihan? Fine. But don't risk Triskel Quay. We need soldiers to defend the town or people will die.
A few will die now, but we'd be saving many in the long run. The Order of Whispers is prepared to make that exchange.
It's a good thing that decision's not up to you two. Advocate, it's in your hands.
So we can go ahead and decide to either go to Triskel Quay, the fishing village, and we can save the people there, or we can find out more information about this potential necromancer who is a member of the Seraph. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the latter, where let's go ahead and find out where the soldier is headed. And then we completed our part of the story mission here. Here we have a sword, a scepter, or a mace we could get. Let's go ahead and pick up the scepter.
Nothing
I'm
can
going to go
stop
ahead
me.
and equip that, and we leveled up to level 35, so we got a little bit of some hero points there and with our level up reward. And then let's go ahead and head to over Blackhaven. So we can go ahead and track the soldier, last seen heading northeast. Let's go ahead and talk to this lion guard here. And he says, Ihan told me you'd be coming. He said to tell you that the bird flew from here to Blackhaven. Does that mean anything to you? The bird flew? Oh, spy talk. I get it. Thanks. I'll give your regards to Ihan at Blackhaven. So let's go ahead and meet Agent Ihan at Blackhaven, which is over here in northeastern Cassex Hills. And then we can just hop into our story step right here. Here's the agent. It looks like there's some Risen attacking the Haven here. Let's go ahead and chat with him.
Hello, Advocate. You got here just in time. My contacts have spotted Kellock, and a host of Zaitan's minions are following him.
You know a lot, Ihan. It's like you have eyes and ears everywhere.
The Order of Whispers knows a lot more than most people realize. We pay attention to everything. The more information we have, the more we can help. The dragons don't care if you're Char, human, or Hylek, so we can't afford to draw imaginary lines between nations. The Order keeps watch, so that no matter where Zaitan's minions show up, we know about it. This one was easy. Kellock is leaving a trail like a forest fire, but that doesn't mean it will be easy to find the spark.
True. So do you think he's still here?
I can't say. And for the record, that's I don't know, as opposed to I can't tell you. I'm hoping the people at the Haven can tell us something.
All right. We'll clean up Kellock's mess and see if we can find evidence that he's still in the area.
Okay, let's go ahead and fight this Risen brute. It looks like there are some dead lion guard here, which is very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and finish this Risen off and save these two lion guard here. And then there are two Risen Abominations coming in. Let's go ahead and fight them as well. This one's really just charging forward here. Abominations are very scary enemies because they are unstoppable and they build frenzy. You can see here in the description underneath their health bar. And what frenzy is every time that they hit somebody, they begin attacking faster and deal more damage. So if you don't kill Risen Abominations quick enough, they will slowly ramp up their damage and they may become very, very powerful and might just like instantly die. It's especially dangerous when an abomination is fighting a group because they have more potential to hit more enemies. Let's go ahead and talk to Lion Guard Williams here.
I owe you one. I've been in the Lion Guard for 10 years, and I've never seen anything like that.
I'm glad we came along in time. That was a close call. Was there a Seraph soldier among the undead?
Not among the risen, no. But there was a Seraph that came along just before that. Wild-eyed fella, kinda twitchy. He was talking to himself the whole time. That's why I remember. Muttering about ore and dragons, and somebody named Elastia Crow.
Crow? She's a seer. The pirates in this area go to her to find out what the weather will be like. She's crew on a ship docked near Nebo Terrace. The Order of Whispers contracts her from time to time to predict the future. Maybe she saw something that drove Kellic mad.
When we find Kellic, I swear I'm going to stick a bag over his head, beat him with a shovel, and bury him in a hill of fire ants.
I like the way you think, Advocate. I suppose we should get back and share this information with Hiroki and Josir.
You're right. Let's get going. We've got a lot of work to do if we're going to catch Kellic.
So let's go ahead and head back to Divinity's Reach. We found out some information about the Seraph soldier here, and we can go ahead and share this information with everyone that we are working with right now. And let's see what these people have to say
Crow had
now.
a rare talent for precognition. I wonder what Kelloc wanted to know.
Whatever it was, I think the information drove him mad.
How are you doing?
I'm surprised that doesn't happen to more Priory scholars, too.
Fine, thanks.
Clearly, the Order of Whispers has no respect for pure research.
Advocate, good to see you. How'd your mission go?
We didn't find Kellic, but we discovered that he's connected to a pirate named Elastia Crow. I want to talk to her and see what she knows.
Talk with her? I'm afraid that's impossible. She's dead. Her pirate ship, the Ravenous, was destroyed by an undead attack 2 days ago.
You're sure she's dead? Did any of her crew survive?
Even if she's dead, Elastia was a seer. She might have seen this coming, and left something behind that we could use.
A few of her crew are still alive, camped near the wreckage of their ship. She might have told them more about what's going on.
We need to find out what Kellic wanted from Elastia. Pirates don't tend to be trusting folk. I think a little nautical infiltration and investigation is in order.
The Order of Whispers are a disreputable, shady bunch. You and the pirates would get along just fine. I have a better suggestion. Even if Elastia Crow is dead, she can still be helpful. I know an accomplished priestess of Grenth who could summon the pirate spirit.
The Durmand Priory's better suggestion is to disturb the dead? You scholars really will turn over every rock to get your answers. Even tombstones.
Hiroki, any suggestions from the Vigil?
None, Advocate. While these two are squirreling for answers, Vigil soldiers will watch for another undead attack.
It's your call, Advocate. Infiltrate the pirates, or summon Elastia's spirit.
So we have done a mission with the Vigil and a mission with the Order of Whispers. So let's go ahead and go with the Scholar here and help out the German Priory, and we can try to summon the spirit of Elastia Crow. So with this story mission completed, we now have a new option for a helmet. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this strong helmet, and I think this is actually a kind of cool looking helmet if I remember correctly. It is a little bit of a cool looking helmet. So there we go, we got some spikes on our head now. We look a little bit intimidating against anyone that we would fight against. Let's go ahead and head towards Gindaran Fields, and we can go ahead and work with the Priory to figure out this issue here. Have a very cool spectrally looking loading screen right there. Let's go ahead and head over here, and we can talk to the Scholar and Priestess here, and we can go ahead and come into this cave over here.
Hello, Josir. This must be Priestess Rai. A pleasure to meet you.
Welcome, Advocate. This will be a rare opportunity to peer beyond the Shroud of Death. I'll be taking notes for my records.
Notes? So you don't do this kind of thing often in the Durmand Priory?
The Priory does a great deal of research on magic, from the arcane to the divine. But this is an extremely difficult ritual. I'm tremendously excited to be allowed to participate. My notes may help others in the Priory investigate ancient tombs dedicated to Grenth.
I'm looking forward to it. Priestess Rai, are we ready to begin?
We are. In a moment, I will pierce the veil between this world and the mists, and call to Elastia Crow's spirit. Be warned, she'll need time to respond. During this time, anything could cross through the portal. We may be faced with something unfriendly. Protect me while I maintain the channel, or the gate will close and all will be lost.
Understood. We'll be ready for anything.
May the Dark One bless our endeavors. Let it begin. Follow me to the heart of these caverns, where the barrier to the mists is thinnest.
So this is a really interesting story step, where we have Priestess right here, who is a follower
It should
and
be
priestess
safe enough
of
to
Grenth.
cast the ritual here. Even centaurs would avoid this fetid air.
And we're going to
This
pierce through
place
the
is
veil of the
dumping
mists.
ground for the centaurs' fallen slaves. Gods, it's horrific.
And we will go ahead and try to talk to Elastia Crow. We saw this cave last episode, I believe, and it is a very, very morbid looking area. And here the scholar said that it is the place where the centaurs dump all of their slaves' bodies, which is very gruesome. Let's go ahead and come over here and we can help defend the priestess.
This ritual weakens the barriers between worlds. Dark things may emerge.
You can safely focus on the ritual, Priestess. My friend and I will protect you.
Grenth, Prince of Winter, hear your servant's plea. Open the gates to the mists. The living call upon the dead. In Grenth's name, Elastia Crow, seer of wily scavengers, pirate and oracle, I call your spirit to commune. Appear and speak. Three portals. Interesting. I must maintain them all, else the ritual fails. Stand ready.
So let's go ahead and fight off all these shades and anything else that may come through these portals and help defend the priestess. First group of shades dealt with there. Let's go ahead and kind of get a little bit of a tactical angle on all three of these portals, and we can see where people are going to come out from next. Let's go ahead and come over here where these two shades came out from.
Strong.
We can go ahead and fight them off. I keep getting knocked down by these shades, which is a little annoying. I have one stun break on my action bar right now, which is my save yourselves ability. So whenever they knock me down, I can use that to get right back up. However, it's like a 50-second cooldown, so you do have to wait a little bit between knockbacks, because we are getting knocked back pretty frequently there, like we just did again right there. Let's go ahead and AoE these three shades down, because they're all right here together. I have my sword that I can go ahead and stab them with as well. We have some shades coming out of this one now. Let's go ahead and aggro them all, and then go ahead and stun break there, and then put down a bunch of AoE fields here and use some AoE attacks, and they're all dealt with pretty quickly. A lot of shades are coming through these three portals. I've noticed nothing has come through the middle portal yet, so just keep an eye on that one. We have two more coming out of the right here.
Gren, preserve us. Something powerful approaches. Be careful.
So we have this very big monster here. Let's go ahead and work on fighting this one. Came through the middle there, so I guess my worries about what may come through the middle were true. Let's go ahead and finish this one off. It's almost dead. There might be another thing that comes through the middle. This might only be the beginning.
Praise Gren.
Looks like we
I sense
got
the
it though.
spirit we seek. Come, Elastia Crow.
Here we have Elastia
Speak with
Crow.
us. Speak, spirit of Elastia Crow. Grenth, god of death, compels you. Tell me of Kelak, the Seraph. Why did he come to you? Did he kill you?
He cheated me. Revenge. I wanted revenge. He sought power to protect his queen. So I made that his undoing. Our crew plundered an Organ ship. One of the treasures we found aboard was cursed.
Orion artifacts! Incredibly dangerous. The Priory. Yes, I'm sorry, Priestess Rye. Of course, later.
Speak on, Spirit. How did you seek revenge?
Kellic took the items. He wanted to find a way to protect Kryta from Zaitan. I knew he would only become corrupted. I thought that would be the end of it. But Kellic tracked me down aboard my ship. He demanded that I remove the curse. I could not. He was slaughtering my crew. I had to stop him. So I lied. With my dying breath, I told him that the only way to remove the corruption is to bathe in royal blood.
By Cormyr's hand, how could you do that? He'll go after Queen Jenna.
What do I care? The Queen did nothing to help my starving crew, or save us when risen ships attacked us on the high sea. My vengeance will be complete when Kellic destroys that which he was once sworn to defend.
Begone, foul, vicious spirit. Alastia Crow, I release you into the arms of Grenth. Go and beg mercy from the Prince of Frost and Ice.
Thank you, Priestess. Come on, Josiah. We have to alert Captain Thackeray right away.
So this is very concerning information. Let's go ahead and head back to Divinity's Reach as fast as possible so that we can warn the Queen and Logan Thackeray. Let's go ahead and rush down here, and let's go ahead and talk to Logan and the 3 Order agents here.
We can't allow anything to happen to Queen Jenna. She's the last of the royal line.
Perhaps not the last, but you're right. Without Queen Jenna, we'd lose our treaty with the Char.
More than that. Without Queen Jenna, the nation will lose hope. It would be the end of Kryta.
May the Six watch.
Captain Thackeray, I'm glad you're here. We've got an urgent situation. Kellic's been corrupted by Orion artifacts. The pirate Alastia told him that the Queen's blood will cure the corruption.
Duena's mercy. I have to protect the Queen. We can't let him near her.
I think the undead are following him because he has the artifact. As long as he's out there, they'll be right on his heels.
We don't have much time. The undead mob he's leading is just getting bigger. Kellac's growing more dangerous by the second.
We can't just think of the Queen. We have to think of Kryta. If we just defend her, Logan, Kellic will destroy every town from Lion's Arch to Divinity's Reach.
You're right. Damn it. But when it comes to my duty to the Queen... Well, never mind. I'm listening. What's the plan?
It's time to assault Kellac head-on. In the Vigil, we swear an oath to stand between the darkness and the light. The only way to be sure is to face this threat directly. Advocate, join us. You'd make a fine member of the Vigil, and I'd be proud to fight by your side.
Don't be thick-headed, Hiroki. Knowledge is power. The German Priory's research is conclusive. The Advocate would be much better suited among our scholars. Come, Advocate. We can use the Mortis Verge enchantment to protect the Queen, and neutralize this threat intelligently.
Kellic has 2 things on his side. An army of undead, and complete insanity. We have to use cunning, lure him in, and then trick him into destroying himself. The Order of Whispers wants you on our side, Advocate. All you have to do is say the word.
All right, everyone. Give me a moment to discuss my options with Captain Thackeray. Then I'll let you know how I'm going to proceed.
Let's go ahead and confer with Logan
I'm on
here.
duty.
And he says, Advocate, all 3 orders have petitioned for you to join them. It's a permanent choice, but you'll gain a powerful ally. What do you think about it, Logan? You've been a boon to Kryta, but you can do more with one of the orders. You should seize this opportunity. How do I join an order? Talk to the representative of the order you prefer and choose their plan to protect Jenna. I'm ready to join an order. So this episode, we have been working with each of the 3 different orders of Tyria. We have worked with the German Priory, the Order of Whispers, and the Vigil. And now that we are at the end of this chapter of the personal story, it is now up to us to decide how we want to protect Queen Jenna from the threat of this rogue Seraph soldier, and which order we want to choose. So, Throughout the entire Let's Play series that I am planning on doing, we are going to explore each of the 3 orders, but it is time for S as Athos of Lomhurst, the hero of Shaemore, and a human of Kryta who has worked to defend Kryta, to choose one of our orders. And based off what I am kind of going for with this character and what I want to do right now, I am going to go ahead and join the Vigil. I find this character to be a very kind of soldier-like character who charges into battle and works to defend innocent people. Don't do too much research or lore. Don't do too much stealth or espionage. We go straight into the thick of things and we defend as many people as we can. So let's go ahead and go with that plan right here. And let's go ahead and talk to Crusader Hiroki. And we can say, I'd like to join the Vigil. Let's start by taking on Kellic. And let's go ahead and go do just that. So here we are back at the center of Divinity's Reach, and let's go ahead and hop straight into our story instance so we can defend Queen Jenna. We have a bunch of Crusaders here. The Vigil have set up a defense. We have Queen Jenna there in the back with Anise and her shining blade, as well as her cat there. Let's go ahead and talk to Crusader Hiroki.
Good to see you, recruit. It's an honor to have you among the Vigil.
I'm proud to be part of the Order. What's our strategy?
Stand the line, defend the Queen, destroy Kellic and the army that follows him.
Vigil soldiers will make all the difference. Hiroki, on behalf of Queen Jenna and her seraph, I thank you.
Give the Queen our best regards, Captain. But let's be clear. The Vigil fights for more than Queen Jenna, more than Kryta. In the war against the dragons, all Tyrian nations must rise up as one. Only through our combined strength will Tyria defeat Zhaitan. Queen Jenna brings peace and hope to her people and to Tyria. May her life be spared, and her kingdom sheltered from Orien evil.
I see that Vigil's dedication to duty is as unwavering as your honor. The Advocate will be right at home in your order.
It's time to defend our home. Today we defeat Kellic. Tomorrow, Or.
Well said, my friend.
So this seems like a pretty straightforward mission. We have someone we are defending, Queen Jenna, and we have a line of defense here protecting her from Kellic and any Orien undead that come through this door. So let's do just that. While we wait for the undead to arrive, this throne room here is very, very cool looking and very beautiful. And we can see just all these different statues and like this little pond here and everything is just so beautiful. Let's go ahead and talk to Crusader Hiroki to come up with a game plan. So she says, you got here just in time, recruit. Any last questions? Are you ready to fight? So we could ask some questions, but I feel pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and say, I'm ready to kick Kellic from here to the Black Citadel for Vigil and the Queen. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's come talk to Queen Jenna.
Look out!
She says, look out.
Your Majesty, Queen Jenna, listen to me. Let me close. I won't hurt you. I just need your blood. This is for Kryta. For Kryta!
Corporal Kellic, stand down. You're not thinking clearly. Drop your weapons and surrender.
No. I need her blood. Royal blood. Don't you understand? It can cure the corruption. Make us all free.
It's not true. Alastia Crow lied to you, Kellic. She did this just to endanger the Queen.
No. No, you're wrong. There has to be a way. Tell me! I'll kill you all to save Kryta. I'll kill you all! No, you won't stop me! For the Queen! Charge!
So we have a deranged Corporal Kellic here. Let's go ahead and strike him down and strike down all these undead. We just saw him transform from a very ragged, pale-looking Seraph soldier there into a more undead-looking Seraph soldier here. And let's go ahead and clear out all these undead. I'm going to go ahead and buff myself up, and buff my allies up. Kellic is down, but we still have this Risen Brute here, and that is all we have to do there.
Poor Kellic. His mistakes were rooted in his love for Queen and country.
So many mistakes. Made for all the right reasons. The Queen could have been killed by someone who loved her. Even... I mean, It really makes you think.
It's all right, Logan. The Queen is safe. Focus on the future, and Kryta will stay safe too.
As General Almora says, some must fight so that all may be free. Recruit, you proved your strength and honor today. You should head for the Vigil chapter house in Lion's Arch. There you'll get your first formal mission for the Order.
I look forward to it, Hiroki. It's time to be part of a bigger world. Logan, are you all right? You seem rattled.
I'm glad Jenna's safe, but I realize now that her safety is temporary. Everything is temporary. Unless the dragons can be stopped. The dragons can't be defeated by one person, or even one nation. There has to be another way. Do you think we can overcome our mistakes, my friend? Make up for the things we've done?
I know we can, Logan. Mistakes make us human. It's rising up again that makes us heroes.
You're right. I've been too focused on keeping the Queen safe. I love being at her side, but maybe that's not where I can best defend her. Or Kryta. An old friend named Kaith asked me to meet her at Lion's Arch. I think I'll take her up on that.
I think that's an excellent idea. I'll see you in Lion's Arch.
So there we go. We defended Queen Jenna from Corporal Kellic. We saw Logan there talking about a few different things. So we can kind of see Logan has a very strong connection to Queen Jenna, and we have seen that throughout the history before like Guild Wars 2, where in a previous novel Logan sacrificed a lot in order to protect Queen Jenna, and we'll explore that a little bit later. And then Logan also introduced a character to us called Kaith, who is a old guild member of Logan's old guild that he was a part of, called Destiny's Edge, and we will meet Kaith soon in the future, and we're going to go ahead and head to Lion's Arch in order to help them out. Let's go ahead and accept these rewards and close this. But that is the end of the chapter 3 of the personal story. It is the story chapter where we joined one of the 3 orders of Tyria, and as humans we have decided to join the Vigil. Let's go ahead and clean up my inventory a little bit, and we will see what awaits us next. We have this really cool Vigil weapons container here where we can choose a skin. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a greatsword, I think. So let's go ahead and accept this Vigil's Honor greatsword, and let's go ahead and equip this. I'm going to put my torch with my scepter, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this greatsword here, but I want this greatsword actually. And then I'm lagging a little bit. There we go. And here is the Vigil greatsword. Very, very big and very, very cool. And I'll go ahead and just finish cleaning up my inventory. I now have my first piece of rare equipment here. So I have the Swelter's Gate, which is a heavy boot skin that I went ahead and put Berserker stats on it. So power, precision, ferocity, and I can go ahead and equip that. And there, my inventory is cleaned up. We have completed chapter 3 of the personal story, and we are currently level 36, so we have to reach level 40 to unlock the next chapter of the personal story. So the next time that we come back here, we are going to go ahead and head out into the open world, and we are going to continue Gindaran Fields. But as far as this episode goes, I'm going to go ahead and call it good here. Hope you all are taking good care of yourselves. If you want to support me, you could go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you doing all of that, and I will see y'all next time in the world of Tyria, where we will be exploring a new part of the world. Until then, have a good day. Goodbye.